Welcome to Trading Forex for Beginners, class number 1, the basics. Very quickly, this will be a 10-part class, so make sure that you watch all the following classes. And this video is going to be the very basics, and the entire course as a whole is going to be, well, for beginners. So I want to respect your time. If you're looking for a video that's going into the deep and dark and nitty-gritty details, that's not what you're going to find here. But if you're someone that is brand new to Forex, you want to learn more about it, you want to potentially get started trading it and making money in the world of Forex, then this will be a course for you. So let's go to my desktop and let's get right to it. Why do you care about Forex? Why would you even consider? Why should you be wanting to work hard to get through this course and then, to take those next steps forward? So the craziest thing about all this is 24 hours a day trading. My guess is you've probably heard about that already, just because it's a very unique point of the Forex market. The most liquid market in the world. Volatility, it can get pretty extreme, and there's also that. I realize I'm kind of going through this quick, but there's going to be a lot more of that in the next video where I talk about kind of the warnings. I go more into depth into these, but then I also offer warnings because, on the surface, yeah, all these sound fantastic, and they are. They're fantastic, don't get me wrong, but, there's always trade-offs. So we have volatility, it's very liquid, and leverage. You can use big amounts of leverage. And the best part here, this is not unique to Forex, but you can make money whether prices are going up or down. That's pretty nice because there's nothing worse than saying, well, geez, the price has to do this. In this case, no, none of that. The values can go either direction and you can still make money on that. And like I said, we're going to be looking at all these in depth, but right now, these are really the kind of the main attractions to Forex. 24 hours, a lot of liquidity, volatility, doesn't matter which direction the prices go. These are some things that hopefully you're saying, well, yeah, this is kind of why I wanted to get into Forex, because I've heard about some of these things and that sounds great. But like I said, sounds great, yes, but there's some other things that just need to be considered, and we will get to that. But before we can even get to that, we have to start just freaking at the very beginning. We're going to start to build our foundation. And this is, for beginners, right? Hopefully you saw that in the title of the course. So I'm assuming that you don't know anything. And we are going to start square inch one, and then we'll just continue to build from there. So what is the Forex market? Specifically, Forex. I've heard of the stock market. I've heard of, the many markets are out there, the fresh food market at the grocery store. So I know what a market is, but what is the Forex market? Well, we're going to break down Forex because each portion of the word actually means something. So let's just look at the first portion, which is the for. For stands for foreign. Okay? Foreign what? Well, foreign currency. And what is currency? Currency is money, cash, cheddar, moolah, scratch. I'm trying to, any other slang for it that I may not be, that's what it is. That's what currency is. So Forex is foreign currency, foreign money. And, a lot of the key ones that you'll see, there are others, but, some of the big ones right here, you have, United States dollar, the euro, the yen, the pound, and you can go just down this list. And this is just a few of the currencies, the different, quote, types of money that are involved in the market. Now, what about this next part, this X? For X, like ex-girlfriend, X, what's going on with that? Well, in this case, X just means exchange. So that brings up a very kind of logical sequence of, okay, exchange, but exchanging what? What is being exchanged? Once again, currency. And currency is money. So it's kind of, I don't know, in my mind, this all should be called X4, because what the Forex market is the exchanging of foreign currency. But I guess I decided that Forex probably flows a little bit better than X4. Hey, let's go to the X4 market. But that's what it is. If you want to read it backwards, that's what's going on here. It is the exchanging of foreign currency. At its very just surface deep, that's what it's all about. And for this course, we're going to be focused a lot on The US dollar and the euro, kind of a quick little peek of that. That's just because that's the most popular one, at least at the time of this course. Hopefully like a few years from now, one of those markets don't totally melt down and, one or the other doesn't exist. That would probably be bad. But as it stands right now, those are very liquid markets. Those are definitely the most popular ones. So we are going to be focused on that quite a bit. But Forex is just the foreign exchange market. Again, what is being exchanged? Well, if you're saying, yeah, we get it. Currency, which is money. We are now going to talk about exchanging. Foreign just means foreign, right? Another country, someplace else. But now let's look at more exchanging and how exactly that fits into, this whole Forex market, the whole Forex, picture here that we're trying to get. So let's just go through a quick little story. Like I said, you need to be able to explain this stuff to a child. So I'm going to try to, boil this down into something that hopefully we can all relate to. So we have Billy Bob, and Billy Bob is from Germany. And Billy Bob said, you know what? I've been working hard. I got some money. I want to take a vacation to the United States. So he hops on a plane and flies to the United States. Now, it's a very long flight, right? That's across the huge body of water, all that good stuff. So when Billy Bob gets there, he is super hungry. So therefore, hey, I'm hungry. I want to find something to eat. Now, in order to eat, though, what does he need? He wants to eat something. And in America, things are not free. So what does he need to do? Well, he needs to buy food. Now, what do you buy food with? Well, hope you're saying, well, thanks, money. Exactly. He's hungry. So what does he have to do about that? Well, he needs to get food. In order to get food, he's got to buy food. And in order to buy food, he's got to use money. But there is a problem here. So, that's kind of the first little quiz question. And there'll be many more throughout the course. And I realize I have the answer down there. But hopefully you're all kind of just like, yeah, this is I get it. The problem here is that the money he has is almost worthless because he is now in a different country. But why do I say almost? So that's kind of a sub little question here. What's up with the word almost? Why did I throw that in there? And why the heck did I underline that? Well, let's just move on to the next slide. And if you want, you can kind of pause it and say, yeah, that's true. Why is his money almost worthless? The reason it's worthless in some sense, but not in an entire sense, is because, well, Billy Bob, he can get USA money, right? But how is he going to do that? How is he going to get USA money? Or in other words, the US dollar. Well, he's got to give up his German money. And that's what's going on here. So Billy Bob, he goes to the currency exchange. Maybe if you've ever been to a very big airport, you see one of these counters. He's got the German money right there. But what does he need to do? Well, he needs to give up that German money, the euro, in order to get some of that USA money so he can buy that burger. So when he gives it up, what is that called? Well, he's exchanging it. What is he exchanging it for? Well, he wants to get USA money, otherwise known as the US dollar. So in this case, we'll assign some numbers. Let's say that, Billy Bob gives up €1, and in return, he gets $3. So again, gives up €1, he gets $3. This is what we call an exchange rate. What was the rate? Well, the rate was €1, and he got 3. So it was a 1-to-3 rate. So exchange rate. That's all that's going on here. He wants to get that hamburger. He wants to get some food. So he's got to go through this exchange rate process. So that is exactly what an exchange rate is. It's going from one currency into another. So Billy Bob, he now has his $3. And you know what? He finds a good old-fashioned American hamburger. Not only a hamburger, but because each one costs $1.50, he's like, hey, this is great. What a great deal. This restaurant, they're very friendly. I can't believe how generous they are. So he buys 2, right? Hopefully everybody can follow that math. If each costs $1.50, he's got $3, and he can buy 2 of these. I'm hungry just looking at those. Look at those 2 nice hamburgers. So Billy Bob then proceeds on with his vacation, and he absolutely loves it. I mean, he goes to a baseball game. Does it get any more American than that? He's eating some apple pie. He rents a big old diesel truck, and he's just, driving around, doing American things. And then, of course, jazz music, very American. He listened to jazz music. I mean, he has a great time on his vacation. There's no doubt about that. Hit the fast forward button. We're now going to fast forward 1 year. Billy Bob, as we've established, he had a great time on his USA vacation, and he wants to go back. So a year has passed, and he decides, you know what? It is time to make another trip back. So that's exactly what he does. He hops on that flight, and the entire flight this time is his mind's on one thing. He can't wait to go back to that restaurant and purchase those 2 hamburgers because, I mean, they were so good. It melted in his mouth. Sure, it clogged his arteries a little bit, but that's okay. He exercised a lot when he got back to Germany, and he is just thinking all about those. And the other thing that he keeps thinking about is, I mean, it's awesome. He only needs 1 of his euros. He only needs €1, his money, and then he can get $3. So that's like, wow, I can't believe that. Just one of these things in my wallet here gets me $3, which then gets me 2 of those hamburgers. So like last time though, what does he need to do? Well, he needs to give up this German money so that he can get USA money or, get the USA dollar. Again, he heads to, the counter, and he, maybe he remembers, hey, it's Betty. Remember me? I'm Billy Bob, and I was here a year ago. So I need to give up some of my euros because I need to get American money so that I can go buy these hamburgers. So he's going to go through what process is he going to go through? He's going to go through the exchanging process again. So he's got to give up his euro, and what's that going to get him? That's going to get him a US dollar. Let's assign some numbers to things. So he's given up that €1. That has not changed, but in this time he gets $1.50. Hopefully maybe a few little alarm bells are going off in your head, but that's the rate right now, right? The exchange rate. He gave up €1. He got $1.50 of US money. So Billy Bob goes and he finds that great, hamburger restaurant that charged him $1.50. But then all of a sudden, from his perspective, he thinks and he's feeling, wow, this company, they're not honest anymore. What happened? Did they get new management? They're a bunch of scumbags. They are no longer honest. Why is he feeling this way? Well, this is due to the fact that last year he was able to buy 2 hamburgers for that €1. Now he shows up a year later and he can only buy 1. What a bunch of scam artists. I can't believe they raised the prices that much. But the question here is this. Is Billy Bob actually justified in feeling that the company is not honest and is now ripping him off? So to answer this, what do we need to ask ourselves? We need to ask ourselves what has changed. And the big hint here is, what didn't change? What is the same? Well, the same is, hopefully you're saying, was both times the hamburgers were $1.50. So it was not the price that changed. The restaurant hasn't done anything different. Their hamburgers are still $1.50. Let's dig deeper into this. We already know that the price has not changed, and this has really only left one thing. And hopefully you already noticed what's going on here. But as that period of time passed, the exchange rate changed. Again, the exchange rate is the thing that changed. And in Forex lingo, a way you could say that is that the euro got weaker compared to the US dollar. You can also look at that, flipped around, and you can say, well, the US dollar gained strength compared to the euro. Because now, €1, a year ago, €1 got you $3. Now €1's only getting you $1.50. So the euro has lost strength because it used to get you $3. Now it's only getting you $1.50, or vice versa. It used to cost $3 to get €1. Now, because the dollar has gotten stronger, it only costs $1.50 to get €1. And this is what it's all about right here. The constant changing of currencies compared to one another as time passes is what Forex trading is all about. We're all about the exchange rate changing. I mean, if nothing changes, we as traders, we're kind of going to just be, well, there is no market if something just never changes. But in the Forex market, things do change. What changes? The exchange rate. That is what's allowing money to be made. That is where profits and both losses are coming from. The changing of the exchange rate itself. Just to reiterate what I touched on here, the markets, any market, are all about what? Values, right? The value could be a price. The value could be, in our case now is what? An exchange rate. And when values change, monies can be made. And in our case, the currency market, the Forex market, when something changes relative to something else, so in our case, when something changes the euro relative to something else, the US dollar, what is changing? Remember I said I'm trying to annoy you. Hopefully you're saying, I get it. The exchange rate is changing. Good. Now you understand the firm foundation of what the market is. So when that exchange rate changes, the exchange rate itself is a value, And when value changes, what happens? Well, traders can make money. So if the euro and dollar stayed the same, if it was always 1 to 3, always, there would be no market. There would be no money to be made because nothing would change. The exchange rate would always be, well, 1 to 3. But as time passes by, that has changed, and that change, the change in value, is where we as Forex traders are looking to, well, trade. We're looking to capitalize on either the strengthening of one currency to another or the weakening of one currency to another. So I think the probably easiest way to look at that is we live in between here. This arrow is our home. This arrow represents exchange rates changing, and that's what we want to see. So we're all about this area of our kind of flow chart right here. We want to be in between these two things where the arrow's going, because right here, nothing is changing. And then at this point, nothing's changing. If it just stays at $1 or $1 to $1.50, well, we need things to, keep on fluctuating over and over again. And the bigger fluctuations, volatility, those are where the opportunities come in. So hopefully you see now, all right, yeah, at its core, we care about exchange rates, and because exchange rates change, we can make money. That's where we're at so far. And then finally, we'll just go through everything. Forex market, we've broken down Forex market. You know what it is. Like I said, you could have a fresh fruits market, but in our case, the market is just a community of people. So who is actually making up this community? Like, just who is part of the family? Maybe that's the best way to make it up. So who is causing these exchange rates to change? That's the most important way to look at it, because that's what we care about. So who is, who is guilty? Who changed, that exchange rate? Who's forcing, who's causing, who's influencing these exchange rates to change? Well, there's 4 main members of the community. And of course, we can just replace community with market. So there's 4 main members of the Forex market. The first one is the big banks. I mean, you think about a big bank, they're going to be in the Forex market. They are part of the currency market without question. Then you have corporations. Corporations, they're selling, products in different countries. So because they're selling products in different countries, they got to, get money transferred over. They got to get money, hint, hint, exchanged into whatever currency they want. So that's also going to be influencing exchange rates, because if McDonald's sells a hamburger in China or Japan or England and they want their profits to be, in American dollars, well, there's going to have to be some sort of exchange that eventually happens. So they are also going to be very aware of the exchange rate, because that's going to influence into their business. Along with that, you have world governments. And this is where, I'm not going to get political, but this is where politics definitely can come into play. That country is manipulating their currency. This country is manipulating their currency. What's going on? They're artificially doing that. If you just watch the news, you're probably thinking, well, gee, wow, I've always been actually paying attention to the Forex market anyways. Because, yeah, I've definitely heard one country being accused of, manipulating currency, or this country's doing this to, force their currency to act in a certain way. So again, the world governments are part of the Forex market, the currency market. And then finally, there's just you and me, us retail traders. Now, along with this can be, hedge funds and bigger type traders. So, I'm not sitting here with, $15 million in my portfolio, like a hedge fund or anything like that. But then there's just simply retail traders that are, just kind of little minnows in a very, very big pond. And I will reiterate it time and time again through the course, which is one of those reasons why you better take this seriously. You better be disciplined. You better not treat this like Las Vegas. Because like I said, hopefully you see these other 3 categories. This is, I don't know if I accomplished it or not, but I was trying to go for somewhat of a shock factor, because you're thinking, wait, really? I'm going to be trading against big banks? Yup. I'm going to be trading against big old corporations? Yup. I'm going to be there's world governments that are out in the market? Yeah, absolutely. So you better, like I said, you better be ready to bring their A game, and bringing your A game is not going and paying for some, trading robot. All right. So, but that is who is making up the market. And I already talked about this in terms of one of the reasons why to trade. It is the most liquid market. I'll talk about more of what liquidity means in the next, video, but it's a big market. It's a big pond. There are some very big fish swimming around. But if you want to trade Forex, you got to put yourself out there. And, should you be scared of it? No. But you definitely should respect it. And that theme's going to come up more and more. So at this point in time, hopefully I've annoyed you enough to the point where you're just like, yeah, Forex market is all about exchange rates, because exchange rates are a value. Values change. Because values change, you can then trade them. And that's where actual profits come from. And everybody that's making up this big old Forex market are, the banks, corporations, world governments, and then just retail traders like you and I. So next video, we will go through, the pros and then some warnings that also will come along with this. So we're now all set to go. We have our firm foundation. If somebody asks you what is a Forex market, you should now be able to tell them everything that they need to know to understand what is the driving force between everything. And what is that driving force? Let's say it one more time: the changing of the exchange rate. I'll see you back for the next video.